Everybody, so it's the worldwide collabers in the first official video out there, basically. Yeah, the first official one, because there was the trailer, and now we have me and Ben Cobb here together, two of the three collabers, talking about a very popular, if not the most popular, movie monster, God freaking Zilla.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about Godzilla today. We've done some of these movie reviews previously on Jay's channel. We decided to kick off the worldwide collabs. We might as well get a video done tonight. If you haven't seen my channel, it should be in the featured channel section. And without further ado, let's get on with it.
Alright, so we figured it'd be good to talk about Godzilla now because, well, there's a new one coming out. It's going to be Heisenberg and Kick-Ass versus Godzilla.
Yep, it'll be the 5th. It's going to be released officially on the 15th of May. I don't know what it's like in America, but I think it's the same.
I think it's the same too.
Yeah, I heard someone that it was going to be the 16th of May in America, but I think that was a lie.
No, I think it is actually.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters here is we're going to talk about the previous installments prior to this new one, where Heisenberg and Kick-Ass are going to battle Godzilla. Oh, and you were right about May 16th. It's coming out on May 16th.
Yeah. Also, at the end we'll probably just give you some insights into what we expect from the new Godzilla and what we would like to see featured in the new Godzilla, which was featured previously on the older ones.
Yep.
So yeah, let's get on with it.
Well, there's no better place to start than the beginning, and in 1954 was when Toho released the original Gojira, or as we say, Godzilla. I haven't seen the original version Gojira without Raymond Burr's scenes. But yeah, I found it funny that Raymond Burr plays a character named Steve Martin. Like,
yeah, I found that quite interesting.
Steve Martin's in Godzilla. Okay, that's an awkward choice. That's even worse than Matthew Broderick. No, we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that. I was gonna say we'll get to that in a minute.
But I personally love The King of Monsters. I think it's I just love the way they present Godzilla. It mixes the corny effects with the rubber suit and the miniature sets with a story showing that you cannot destroy this. This is not just a big monster. This is a force of nature, and it's coming to take its place in this world. And it's dark. It takes itself seriously, but not to the point where it's not fun, because I think Raymond Burr's scenes really add to it. Like I said, I'm not sure how it is with Gojira. I've heard that version is actually better, but from what I've seen, this is probably my favorite Godzilla movie, just because I enjoy it. I don't know, it's just a great film, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I too haven't seen the original Gojira, or Gojira, however you want to say it. And I believe there is a DVD version, however, it's only released in America. There's no European version of it. It's simply called Gojira, and it features both versions on a 2-disc special edition. And that would be really cool to get, but obviously I need a regional free DVD player. So the original Godzilla, this is, again, probably my favourite. I haven't seen every single Godzilla out of the original Toho series. And there is a lot of films, so, you know...
Oh, yeah, there's like 30 of them. Yeah. I only recently got into Godzilla, actually. My friend Andrew let me borrow a box set with 5 of the films in there, and one of them was The King of Monsters. There's Mecha Godzilla in there, and... But yeah, I mean, he's fought countless monsters, but for some reason, the one that's always remained the best is this original film.
Yeah, and I do like this film for a number of reasons. Jay was saying before how it was a very dark film, and that's what I like about it. It is kind of like an allegory for kind of the tensions that were being stirred up.
Exactly.
And after the nuclear, the nuclear impact on Hiroshima and the other country, which I completely forgot.
And that's what adds it. That's what Nagasaki. That's what makes it darker too. The fact that something like this was created by one of the worst things to ever happen in the history of the world.
No, and that's really what sets the tone for the film.
Yeah.
I'm guessing when Ishiro Honda, who's the director of the film, and Shigeru sorry, I can't say the names real, Kanama, I'm guessing they didn't really, they wrote the story with that in mind, with the whole fact that they've just came off an almost nuclear holocaust, if you like, if
Yes,
you want to put it for lack of a better word.
and I just,
You know,
I
and they've
also,
kept that in mind, so it's obviously going to be a dark film.
yeah, and I also love the build up to it. It's not just like, okay, here's the monster. Like they built it up. You see the big
Yeah,
footprint, and you see like hints of the character. You hear the scream and everything. It all just builds up to a huge climax, which is dark with good narrative or good narration, not narrative, by Raymond Burr's character. And I just love how well paced it is. I mean, for a movie like this, where it's like, because some of the problems with the some of the other Godzilla movies is that you just want to get to the monster battles. It's like, okay, this is all good and stuff, but let's just get to the
yeah,
monster battles. This movie
yeah,
really made it. It was very well paced because just the
yeah.
build up was so excellent.
And I'll admit the effects are absolutely fantastic. I
Mm,
do love the effects in this movie, and the stop motion is amazing. The rubber
mm.
suits are amazing, which I felt
Well, it
a lot of
blends better. It blends with the black and white, and that's what
yeah.
makes it better. It makes Godzilla look, I mean, even a little more intimidating.
Yeah,
Uh,
it makes it. It kind of makes the film creepy, and it gives a creepier tone.
yes.
And that's why, I mean, I think I've seen a version online where it was colored, but it
Mhm.
really wasn't colored very well.
Yeah,
And
so he still
when
had
you,
that dark shadow that made him
yeah,
look scary.
and what was so bad about the colored version? I mean, it was great. I mean, it was good that someone had actually taken the time to color it. But if you look at it, Godzilla was like this bright green color, and if you
Oh,
expect him to be this dark black, sort of
yeah, like what he really
with
is.
like really dark green. It was this bright green, and it just seemed so much less
Hmm.
intimidating.
Well, I
It
know.
it
Okay,
almost brung out the fact, the
yeah.
realization that it's fake.
Well, I mean, okay, we just don't want to waste too much time talking about this movie. Okay, we get it. King of the Monsters, one of the best, if not the best, monster movie ever made. But
Yes.
let's just get through to because it's 6 minutes and 45 seconds. So what are some of the sequels that you've seen? Don't talk about the Matthew Broderick movie yet. Minus the Matthew Broderick movie. Which sequels have you seen?
Well, I've seen Godzilla versus Mothra,
Yes, I've
uh,
seen that one too.
Godzilla versus Mega Godzilla. I
Yep.
believe that's the
Have you
name.
seen the sequel?
Um,
Have you seen the sequel, Terror of Mechagodzilla?
I think I might have seen Terror of Mechagodzilla. It's been a while. I
Mm-hmm.
used to actually watch more of these films when I was younger. In fact, I do need to pick them up a lot, more.
Yeah, I mean they're cheese.
And I have seen Son of Godzilla, but I'll
Yeah.
get onto that in a
Okay,
little
we
bit.
should. How about we talk about that one? I just want to say though that these movies aren't really for everybody.
Yeah,
It's for a certain demographic, but it's a very wide demographic, and I think that these movies are extremely fun and entertaining. So I definitely
yeah.
recommend them if you love silly entertainment. Especially
That's
the
what's
original.
funny.
But
That's what's
anyways.
really funny about the Godzilla films, though. It's
Mm-hmm,
that how some of the Godzilla films, including the first one, can be dark and can
mm-hmm.
have this almost allegorical kind of
Yep.
idea behind it. Like the first one was,
Yeah.
nuclear war and the threat of
Mm-hmm.
nuclear war.
Yep.
More the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Mm-hmm.
But the more of them, there is a few that are darker, and you can kind of tell, especially Mashiro Honda's films, which he directed up until
Mm-hmm.
1975. And
Yeah.
you've kind of got this dark side, and then you've kind of
Yep.
got this good side.
Yeah.
I say side. You kind of got the lighter side. The lighter films are a bit more silly. You can tell they're maybe a bit more fake.
Yeah,
but they're fun movies.
But yeah, they're fun. Let's get into the movie debate portion of this now because we're going to talk about Son of Godzilla. This is a very dividing movie. Like, even more than Godzilla versus King Kong. Because with Godzilla versus King Kong, people were like, how could he fight King Kong? He could just stomp on him. But, hang on, I'll bring it back. Let's go. Never mind. The thing about, Son of Godzilla is that some people think it's too stupid. Why does Godzilla have a son? But I'm gonna go out and say it. I'm one of the people that actually likes this movie.
I, however, am one who I'm not a bigger fan of this movie.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I don't exactly mind it, in the sense that the idea behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I more mind how it's executed. I feel the film is just. It's almost cringeworthy sometimes, and it doesn't mix. In my opinion, it doesn't mix well with even some of the silliest Godzilla movies.
I'll say the things I like about it. I like the fact that they tried to actually give this big, scary monster some depth and show that he's not a brainless monster. He actually does care for others, and he's not a mindless creature. He's an animal like all the other ones, just 100 times bigger. And it showed, like, when you see that scene in the snow, like when he's walking with his son in the snow, it made me feel a little bit like this isn't. He's not. He's not really a monster. He doesn't try to be.